Do 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 do. Hey,
Yeah.
yo, tell me, fellas, have you seen him? You ready?
Yeah.
You ready to roll?
Are you ready?
Guys, welcome back to episode 2 of the Professional Winner Podcast. I am your host, your guest today, your executive producer, Jonathan Conyers, aka the Professional Winner, aka Mr. TPW, and I'm with my main man, Gabe. What's up, Gabe?
You know, thanks. Today's Monday? Or is it Tuesday? One of those days. But I'm good.
Hold on. Why are you talking like that, Gabe?
I don't know what you mean, bro. I don't know what you mean.
All right, Gabe. Okay, I don't know what's going on with Gabe. He's on his Rico Suave stuff today. But what's up? What's up, Gabe? Talk to me. Let's get it started, man.
You already know it's early in the morning. They're doing construction outside. People are awake, ready to go. We're next to the Barclays. I mean, it's gonna be loud. Why not? I'm not up this early usually, so I'd be sleeping. I'd be dreaming. And now,
Gabe, you gotta wake up. We got work to do. You get what I'm saying?
I guess that's true.
We got work, and it's Tuesday. It was Monday Night Football. Was yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
How was that? You know me, I'm never really watching, but
Well,
I do support the Giants.
Yes,
I love
thank
myself
you.
some Yankees.
Thank you. If you're listening to this audio, you can't see me, but for all the people that can see me, I'm repping my Saquon Barkley jersey. The Giants, we not having a good year or didn't have a good year. But I'm representing. I'm still representing, always representing. Knicks, Giants, Yankees, we New York all the way. You feel me?
When was it the last time we made it to the playoffs?
What, the Giants?
Was that last year?
No, bro, it was not.
Was that
last
the year
year.
before
It was
last?
Not the year before that.
Was it the
either.
year before that?
It was a while ago. But the Knicks, and shout out to the Knicks. Remember my crazy viral moment in 2018 when I was at TD Garden going crazy? Guess what, TD Garden? I will be in Boston tomorrow at the Knicks game, representing my team with my RJ Barrett jersey on. You could try to kick me out again, but it ain't happening. Okay? We will be there. We will win. Because guess what? The best thing in New York sports right now is the Knicks. Can you believe it? The Knicks.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, man. We doing what we need to do.
You know what? The year we win, bro, I think that year is going to be legendary. That's going to be crazy.
It's going to be like...
Is that going to be 2022?
No. It ain't gonna be 2022, but it may be 2032, and my son is gonna be older and be able to go to the game with his dad. Do you feel me?
Damn, bro. So you have very little faith that in the next 10 years that they're not gonna win? The fuck?
I really think that we're gonna get Zion Williamson, and I think Thibodeau is gonna get him into Thibodeau type shape, and he will be the MVP of the league, and him and RJ Barrett will create one of the best duos that the Knicks have ever seen.
Cool.
That's what I think is going to happen. And I think they're going to take us to the promised land. Now, I don't think it's going to be 10 years. I think more probably 5, 6, something along that nature.
And that's still a long time, man.
Yeah, it takes time to rebuild and grow. We've been sucked for how long? 30 years? So, it takes time. It takes time to build that. It takes time to grow. It's going to be a process. But, hey, 5 to 6 years, I can wait it.
See, maybe it's because I'm such an impatient person sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
When I have my dreams, bro, I go all in a lot and I just go for it. So it's hard for that, waiting 5 years. 5 years from now, I expect to be living lavish.
Lavish? How lavish?
How lavish? I mean, not that lavish. I say lavish, but I'm not a fancy person. I love my Tesla. I want to be nice for the environment.
You want a Tesla?
Yeah, come on.
How many?
Enough to get a nice tax write-off, bro.
You heard that here first, IRS. Yeah, man. I gotta you know what we should start doing? You know me, I like to do my sports gambling. I should start naming my parlays right in the beginning. Name my parlays, showing my bets,
Okay.
And that's one of my things, when back in the day, in my younger days, when I was very broke and had grown up responsibilities, that kind of saved me, I was really, really good at it. I think I'm still kind of good at it. So I'm gonna start just naming my parlays for free, giving it out. to the supporters and see what they think. And also, too, if you like gambling, that's great, but be responsible, be careful, because as fun as it can be, it can also be very dangerous. Excuse me. So if you do have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. I'm going to say that again. 1-800-GAMBLER. So be careful. But Gabe, we're easing in this too much. It's time to wake up.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I've been ready. Sipping on this OJ.
Are you ready?
Sipping on this OJ.
So let's do this. Today we're going to take it easy. We're going to do a real motivational podcast. We're going to talk about dreams and making things come into fruition and things of that nature. So let's start off with some quotes. We're going to call it John's quotes, because these are not my quotes. These are just some wonderful quotes that I've seen, that I love, that motivates me, that make me want to get 1% better every day. Gabe, are you ready?
I've always been ready.
Stop with the voice, bro.
People don't understand. This is actually just my voice.
No, he's lying. He's on some Ricky Suave stuff. But listen, man, you ready for quote 1?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Quote 1 says, "You're gonna lose a lot of friends when you get serious about your life goals. That's why a Bugatti has 2 seats and a bus have 30." Do you feel that, Gabe?
Yeah, I guess. I still think I probably just take the bus.
Bro, wait. Okay. All right, guys. We're gonna get Gabe. We're gonna get Gabe right, bro. Okay. Gabe,
What does that mean to
you? Not you taking the bus or buying a Bugatti. It's just the point of, you know what I'm saying, that, once a person usually tap into their dreams, they set boundaries, they get serious about where they want to be in life, and they set a certain type of standard.
Yeah.
Right? You tend to lose friends, right? It's like one of those things where your mom, right, or your dad, and they say, why are you following this crowd? And this crowd is doing certain things. But once you go away from that crowd, once you grow and develop into the person that God is meant for you to be, you tend to lose friends. Once you set boundaries and you start saying no, or you start putting restrictions, or you don't go out more because you're focused on this goal, or you're obsessing over this passion you have, it's inevitable for you to lose people throughout your journey. And it doesn't mean you're fake. It doesn't mean that you don't like people. It doesn't mean that you think you're better than. It's just people, paths and dreams and goals sometimes doesn't align as we get older. I have friends that I love and I love to hang out with, but, at my age, they're still in that partying mode. They're still doing things that I'm just not in that type of mode right now. I'm more focused. I'm building things. I'm building companies. I'm building an organization. And then that takes a lot of time away from being able to have, normal type of life, or go into the world and do things, or, hang out, because every minute of my life right now is so vulnerable. Yeah. So they're basically saying that, a bus is something that's not luxury, right? A bus is a type of thing that you could just ride on. It could be a bunch of people at a time. It's a big party. But at the end of the day, it's not luxury. But when you have something like a Bugatti, something that's powerful, that I guess has this certain type of value that we put on it as people, it only has 2 seats. So I guess that's where the metaphor and things align up. All right, Gabe? But yeah. Gabe is not buying a Bugatti. He's still going to ride the bus, okay?
You got to put money into better things. You know what I mean?
I got you. It's going to be a long episode today, guys. As you can see, Gabe loves to record at night, not early.
Yeah.
All right, Gabe, let's get to quote number 2. You ready?
I am. Let's hear it.
Expect little from people. Expect a lot from yourself. And that is a secret to a happy life. Gabe, tell me what you think about that.
I think that's literally what I tell a lot of people, my friends. That's what I tell myself every time. And the thing is that when you go into something with like little expectations and you expect yourself to succeed, then you don't have to blame anyone else for whatever failure that you've made. Because those failures are something that's just gonna teach you.
Yeah,
that's just how I live my life.
And that's the mindset, man. It's this whole idea of how are you looking at your vision? How are you viewing yourself? And you have to put the standard on yourself before you can worry about the next person. And once you realize that you are your own competitor, you are your own worst enemy, life will go a lot smoother. You can't think about what everybody else is doing. You have to focus on you, your goals, your dreams, and your passion. And when you expect a little from people, most of the time you won't be disappointed. But when you expect people to work as hard as you work, when you expect people to care about things as much as you care about things, sometimes it could be a slippery slope. And, you know, in a position of power, you know, as a boss, sometimes it's hard not to put expectations on people, right? It's hard not in my companies to expect the most out of people, but that's part of human nature, you know. You have to limit things and create a standard with everything in your life.
Yeah, and I think that connects back to the last quote, you know. Yeah. Something like that. I mean, you can definitely say that you don't have a lot of expectations for the people that you meet, but you do, when you get to that certain point in your life, expect to not, you know, have people to at least support you. And whether that person is going to be supporting you by challenging you and, like, you know, pushing you to try to achieve your dreams, or they're going to be pushing you away, you know, and like being jealous and stuff. Like, so how do you find all those people? And that's when it comes down to it. Your circles naturally start to reduce and just get smaller and smaller.
Yeah,
it's happening to me already.
Yeah, and I'm about to hit you with the third quote, Gabe. You ready? Yes. And now this quote, I know Gabe is gonna like this quote, because this is all Gabe. You know, even though Gabe has a G-Wagon, he still takes the bus, and I don't get it. But let's read this. Normalize earning twice as much as you spend. Gabe, no comment yet. I got to read that one more time. I got to read that one more time. Normalize earning twice as much as you spend. I was just watching a video. It was my superhero, my favorite Marvel character, Shaquille O'Neal.
What?
Mind your business, bro. Let my dreams be my dreams. And he had a piece of paper. I don't have a paper here, okay? Imagine this is a piece of paper. And he talked about the idea of being rich, and he talked about the concept of being wealthy. And he had a piece of paper, and he ripped it. And he says, this is how much you save. This is how much you spend. And he said, rich people do that. Then he ripped it again. And he says, wealthy people save this much and spend this much. And no matter how much that is, that's the lifestyle you have to live. So if I receive $100, $75 go away. $25 is my play money. Whatever I can do with that $25 is what I can do. I can't go to the store and say, that chain is $40. I got it. No. You have to stay disciplined. And you have to understand that if you're going to create long-term wealth, if you're going to change the landscape of your family for generations and generations, saving and living below your means is a necessity. Does that mean that at some point when you're doing it, when your content is booming, when everything you work for, everything you dream finally has came, can you not buy you something nice? No. Can you buy yourself a G-Wagon and a Tesla like Gabe has done? You can do that. But some days you might just have to take the train. Gabe, speak to me. This is you.
Let's hear the quote again. Can you repeat that quote?
Oh, he said, repeat it again. I'll repeat it again for the professional in the family. Normalize earning twice as much as you spend.
You see, when you were talking, I zoned out and I was like, damn, it would be nice to be in that Tesla. Damn, it would be nice to be I'm zoning out a little bit, buddy. Nah. I feel that, though. I mean, the thing is that for me, I'm not a big spender, right? Because a lot of the money that I do spend is always reinvested into, like, you know, another camera or something where I'm just like, it's something that I need to continue to grow.
Yep.
But in order for you to grow at a faster rate, obviously you need to have more money, right? Because then you need more resources and everything. Yep. And it's a natural thing. Spending money to make more money. If you want to spend more money, you got to make more money.
Exactly. But yeah, man, financial literacy is extremely important. If you want to be, you know, and I don't want to say wealthy or rich, if you just want to live a normal lifestyle, you know, being rich or wealthy is not the end game and not necessarily means you're successful.
Define normal.
Yeah. My normal.
What is your normal?
Normal is being able to manage your day to day, right? You know, I think normal is being able to put your kids in certain opportunities, in certain positions where there is, you know, being able to make sure you can help them out through their college journey, making sure you can give them activities, making sure, you know, you can do a family trip, right? So that's my definition of normal. That's my definition of just being successful, you know, being able to maintain your day to day, whether that's in a mansion, whether that's in a normal suburban Middletown neighborhood, and being able to teach your kids education. You know, you could be very educated in the finance world. That doesn't mean you're gonna be a multimillionaire. But if you can educate your kids about wealth, about saving, about, finances, you are headed in the right direction. What about for you, Gabe? What does normal mean to you?
You ever watch that episode of SpongeBob where
Okay. Hold on.
he's
We're going into SpongeBob.
he's working and at the Krusty Krab, and then someone asks him, I think, about being normal or something, or just doing an everyday 9 to 5, and eventually he gets an office job, and SpongeBob is at this office job in his little booth surrounded by a whole bunch of people, and he's going from a sponge to this smooth little sponge.
Oh, I do remember that episode. Yes, I do remember
and he's
that
just
episode.
doing the same thing every single day.
Mhm.
And then it's just when you do something like that, I think that's normal. I think that's everyone's idea of normal. I don't want to be normal, man. Because when I see something like that, I think of that Donnie Darko theme song, that Mad World by yeah. But stuff like that, it's just, for me, I don't think I want to be normal. I think my vision of what normal is me being weird as fuck. But I think being weird as fuck is different, and it separates the people that want to achieve and be thinking outside of the box.
And we're going to delete that weird term. I don't think it's about being weird. I think you hit it on the nail. It's about being different, and it's okay to be different. And I also agree with you. It's not to say that I don't want to be normal. I just want to continue to be unique. And I think we're all unique, right? I think that's just America. It's not just America. That's just society. That's just who we are. We have to put labels on things. But I think as human beings, on a more simpler level, we're all very unique. We all have different traits to us, and we all have different characteristics. But unfortunately, society puts us in boxes, right? You have your poor class, you have your middle class, you have your rich class, you have your wealthy, you have your unicorns, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. So you have, unfortunately, they do put us in categories, but we are very unique. We all have traits about us and things about us that just makes all of us special. All right.
Yeah.
SpongeBob. Ready for quote number 4?
Are you ready, kids?
Are you ready?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Now, this is also, this is Gabe, man. Yo, these quotes is just this is for you, Gabe.
Oh, man.
Are you ready for this one?
Wait, real quick. Do you ever find yourself speaking a quote or saying something powerful that you feel like you should quote yourself on?
Yeah, it happens. Most of the time, I just don't remember them because I'm just saying random shit in the spot. Just say something, and it's hopefully somebody remembers or write it down.
Yeah, right. That's pretty crazy. One of these days, you're going to have your own little quote book, man. That's crazy.
So, Gabe, you heard it here live. Gabe is going to write down everything I say, and we're going to get some quotes out of it. All right? That's what we're doing?
Let's do it.
Get it on the blog, all right? Get it on the blog. Or you can get it on Patreon. Look up to the left, right corner, wherever Gabe edited at. Patreon link. Click it. Let's do it. All right, Gabe. Last quote. Ready?
Let's hear it.
If you want to buy things without looking at the price, then you must work without looking at the clock. Do you want me to read that again, Gabe? Because right now you're looking at the clock, okay? And you're tired. And my fans are not happy. They're looking at reading episode 2. It's like the energy's low. They're not excited. Am I going to come back for episode 3? Am I going to come back for episode 4? Which you should, because the guest we're going to have for episode 4, oh my God. Should I come back for episode 5? You should, because we're going to have Cheryl Love. Should I come back for episode 6? Yes, you should, because I don't know what we're going to do on episode 6. But hey, Gabe, I got to read it again. We got to wake up. I'm going to read it again. You ready?
Let's hear it.
If you want to buy things without looking at the price, you have to work without looking at the clock. Gabe, what time I called you this morning?
6:30.
Yeah, and I told you I was going to be there in 30 minutes. Yeah. And I came an hour and a half later. Because I had to finish payroll. I had 2 meetings. Take the kids to school. All of that done by 8 o'clock. 2 meetings. Payroll was done. Gabe, what time we left here last night? Late. You was texting me till 1 in the morning.
What time you go to bed?
Little bit after you kept harassing me at 1 a.m. But 4 hours later, we was up and we were working. You don't have time to look at the clock. We have dreams. You have goals. You have to obsess over it.
Yeah.
And Gabe, let's talk about what we was talking about off camera. You know, me and Gabe was talking, doing some negotiations and things. And we talked about this idea of not putting all your eggs in one basket. And that even though you want to obsess over things, you want to be very passionate about things, which is what I love about Gabe. If Gabe is gonna do something, that's it. Like that's his focus. That's what he wants to do. But it could be detrimental. And it also could be detrimental to me because I like to do 7 things at one time. So in reality, if I'm doing 7 things at one time, am I really giving my all to each thing? I don't know. I like to say I do at the expense of maybe my health, my peace, my time. But then I say, Gabe, if you focus on this one thing and it ain't necessarily putting you in a position that you want to be at, whether it's your personal life, relationship-wise, financial, you cannot just put your eggs in that one basket. Maybe you have to do 2 or 3 other things. So it's hard. It's hard to really dissect, right, which one is the better way to go. Doing multiple things, just focusing on one thing. But unfortunately, when you grow up a certain way, right, when you don't have the resources, you're not born with a certain amount of resources. And it's just like you see it with college, right? Oh, I want to go to college. I just want to focus. I need a 4.0. I need to get this internship. But mom and dad is not helping. So I got to work. You know, I made choices at 17 because, you know, maybe I didn't know better. Maybe I was ignorant to what was going on. Maybe I thought I knew it all as a kid. So now I have another situation. I have to worry about that. So now I'm doing 3 things plus juggling a hard major at school, you know? And that's usually the life for a lot of people, right? So when we're faced with certain circumstances and certain odds that are not in our favor, we may not have no choice but to multitask, but to try to do our passion, follow our dreams, but still be able to pay the bills and manage. I would love to know how you guys think about that. Please comment below. Me and Gabe will take turns responding and sharing our thoughts with you as we continue to elaborate on that topic. But it's time for me to shut up. Gabe, tell me what you think about that. Do you need me to read it one more time for you, sir?
No, but I'll talk about one thing that I was talking about or a little bit earlier when we were driving here. And it was how like people always call me and they're like, yo, Gabe, I'm going to be buying this big expensive thing. I'm going to be putting like $1,000 into Shiba Inu, or I can let me purchase this stock. And I'd be like, yo, bro, like, first off, why are you calling me? Why do you want me to tell you how to spend your money? I mean, so that's always been, and that started off with me talking to one of my friends on terms of like stocks, you know, like it's like, he was like, yo, bro, like how much money should I put into like Dogecoin in comparison to like my my investments, my other stocks? I'm like, bro, like, you know, it's smart. If you want to try to make money, you can make money fast. Obviously, if you want to like put $1,000 into Dogecoin, right? But what if that's the only $1,000 that you have, right? How are you going to put all in one and that shit goes down like immediately, like 10 minutes later? You're going to be disappointed. You're going to be unhappy, right? So the next thing you want to do is think about it. Like, do I want to put 1,000 or can I put 1,000 into something that's a little bit more safe, like a long-term, you know, like long-term stock, or I can like just put all in one, you know? So you'll have money sitting aside and slowly going up over time. And then you'll have a little risk that you can take, but you won't be too mad if you lost it because you have this other money that's going to eventually make that money you lost back, right? So, I mean, it's that one idea where you can always play it a little bit safe or take that risk. It's always asking yourself, how much do you want to risk? But you never want to fall on your face because falling on your face is hard. Sometimes it's hard to get back up. Emotionally, physically, all the above. I guess that's it.
Gabe, got a secret for you. You didn't answer my question.
Oh my God.
I don't know what tangent you just went on. But Gabe, I'm going to read the quote for you one more time. Even though he did go on a tangent, that was some powerful stuff he just talked about, right? Finances are important, you know, understanding your risk versus your reward. But this risk and reward we're talking about specifically has to do with time. Okay.
The most precious.
Most precious thing. But if you want to buy things, Gabe, without not having to look at the price, you must work without looking at the clock. Talk to me about it, Gabe.
Then we come back to the idea of time, and then we think about sleep, right? Sleep is one luxury of using your time, I guess, because you need that time. But how much sleep are you going to be able to, use? Or how much are you going to sleep in order to do what you need to make that money? Typically, it's not a lot.
So you're telling me, Gabe, you don't look at the clock?
You just work. And maybe that's a bad thing for me in a way. It's just my personal thing. I don't tend to look at the clock because sometimes when I do work, I work too much and oh my God, it's 2 a.m. And now I have to wake up 4 hours later for the professional winter show.
But do you feel like it's rewarding? Do you feel like having that work ethic, having that passion to build something that you're passionate about?
It's rewarding in a way, right? Because that passion makes everything easy to do. If you love something, you're going to keep going after it, and you're going to kind of want to keep getting those feelings back inside of you because it makes you feel great. But at the same time, if for me, like personally, if I don't have that love of organization and I'm still going head first into it, right, then I'm going to be sacrificing things like, kind of having a constant paycheck, like having that stability where I can actually spend money and be happy and like do all these things instead of just constantly sacrificing my time to put into this one thing that I do love, but it'll probably be like a year or two before, money actually comes, right? So then that time of me constantly working for a year or two, yeah, it's great. That's all those stories that you hear where you're just working your ass off and getting all these things. But on top of that, it's hard for your mental, and it's hard because you're going to lose friends. You're going to lose this, you're going to lose that. So then that's what I was saying. So it comes down to that idea of risk. How much are you willing to lose to get to not be able to look at that price anymore?
And that is your typical issue in society.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what finances, when you use the terminology poor, right? Middle class, right? And anything in life, not just your goals, not just your beliefs, not just your dreams. If you have a passion for something and it's like, I want to do music. I want to go in the studio. I'm so excited. I want to do this. If I have thousands of dollars, right? And my daughter says, Dad, I want to do music. And I say, okay, I got your studio time, baby. Don't worry about it. Dad, I've been in the studio 10 hours a day. That's great. You need to. That increases your odds of being the best musician you can be. But Dad, if I'm doing that, how do I pay my rent? I got it, baby. We have money. Don't worry. How many people have that? How many people could really just sacrifice everything and just focus on their dream and perfect their craft?
I wish I had that, man.
Most people don't, though, right? Most people can't do that. Growing up, I didn't have that. Gabe, you didn't have that.
No.
Right? So we have to go get it. So we have to find time to work on our passions, plus support our families, plus pay the bills, and do all of these things that if we were in different circumstances or had different finances, it wouldn't be an issue to us. So the question is, and what this quote is basically saying, in my opinion, because it's up to interpretation for anyone, is that when you have a passion, when you want to be able to go and buy things that you think you deserve or go on that fancy trip, or just don't say, it doesn't matter what this costs, this is what I want, your work ethic has to match. You can't be focused if it's 1 a.m, right? And the goal is that the turnaround time is different. The goal is that eventually you won't have to do that for 30 years, but maybe it would just be 3 years of sacrificing that time to get to where you need to be.
Yeah, that's some powerful stuff, bro. So basically you're telling me that I should go find myself a nice organic orange, squeeze that shit, and make myself some nice orange juice. Beautiful, refreshing.
I don't know what you're talking about, Gabe. I don't know what you smoked. I don't know what you drink. But if you guys have been listening for the last 30 minutes, that was not what I was trying to get across to Gabe.
I was trying to make a quote. What do you mean?
I don't know where that quote was going, Gabe. But it's okay. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. But man, everything that we talked about has to do with your dreams. If you want your dreams to not just be dreams, if you want to wake up and turn your dreams into reality, those are some of the life lessons that you have to carry. Those are some of the traits and behaviors that you need to embody. And all of those traits are what professional winners embody.
And Shia LaBeouf. Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams.
What are you talking about, bro?
You never saw that video, man?
No, bro.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to put it up. Nah, you gotta watch that video now.
Explain the video, bro. Go ahead. I'm confused.
Nah, you don't remember Shia LaBeouf and like
I know who Shia
green,
LaBeouf
like
is.
he had like the green screen behind him and stuff, and he was like walking about. It was like a 1 minute video, and he's just screaming, "Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Well,
Just do it."
I haven't seen the video, but as soon as we start filming, I'm going to watch the video. But I agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. You have to go out and get it. And if you ever watch the pre-episodes, everybody, we talk about step one, the idea of being a professional winner. You just got to go up and do it. You don't need, we live in a new world. We live in a new world. There is so much information out there. We have access to so much information. You don't have to go to a book, the yellow pages, and open it up and read 1,000 pages so you can get one answer. You have Google, you have sites. And I know there's also a lot of false information out there. There's also a lot of, false sites and people trying to spin the narrative, and you have to be very careful with what information you allow into your brain. But there are a lot of credible sites out there. Things about any business, anything out there that you want to create, you can do it. And, I know when people come on these type of platforms, you have podcasts, you have TV shows, and everybody just makes it seem like it's so easy, and everybody just want to talk game and talk. But that's one of the reasons why we do the things we do on Patreon. When I say I own this, when I say I do this, when I say I do that, if you sign up for one of the tiers on Patreon, you can actually see those things. You can actually see the journey of why we do things, how we do things, and we give you the real. We don't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you're rich. No, we show you. You get to step 1, boom, knock it out. You get to step 2. Come on, Gabe, knock it out. We get to step 3, knock it out. Then somebody smack you, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go back to step 1. And then most people, when they go back after all the energy, after all the hours they put in, F this. I don't want to do this. I can't do this. I can't. Wow, I just did all this work. It seems like every time I get here, life happens. It seems every time I get here, something happens in my family. Something happens with my mom. Something happens with my dad. Something happens with my kids. I'm in the red. But that's part of the journey. That's part of being a professional winner.
How many smacks can you take in your life?
Me? I'm built different, Gabe. I get smacked a lot. So I could take it all.
That sounds like a domestic violence situation.
Disclaimer. Nobody's literally smacking me. I just mean like,
Yeah.
I mean like, what Facebook just named their company? The metaverse. I'm getting smacked in the metaverse. Things keep happening that I can't see, that I can't control. It's a conversation between God and the metaverse. And they say, let's put something in John's life. Let's see how you handle it. Let's see how you deal with it. But all of that is creating a journey. All of that is creating a platform, because now it gives me things to talk about. I could talk to you about my journey. I could talk to you about my life. Maybe I could write my life down. Maybe I can have a book one day. Maybe I know how to communicate with people better. Maybe I understand people better. Maybe that makes me a better manager. It makes me run my company better. So as you're getting smacked in this metaverse, you have to realize that it's part of life and it's part of the journey. And you're not the only person going through this. It's not a you thing. It's not I got bad luck. It's not about why me. It's everybody. You may get hurt in a different way than the next person, but we all have to go through this journey.
I'm sorry, babe. It's not you. It's me.
Okay, guys. Pray for Gabe. Pray for Gabe, everybody. Pray for Gabe. He's trying his best today. Gabe, what's up?
I know I say that, but like, honestly, man, because I feel like I'm on this little adventure with myself, man. Relationships, I haven't really been focused on it in a way, Like, and I commend you because you have a whole family. You have a wife and everything. Me, man, every time I meet a girl, I feel like I'm obliged to tell them that I'm sorry. I don't want to be in a relationship right now. I need to focus on myself. And that's one of the sacrifices, bro. That's some hard stuff, man. Because she could be beautiful. She could be a model. She knows how to cook. And I'm saying no to you. And I'm like, damn, I could have woke up to some nice $1 million bacon.
You can't just say that, man. You gotta let people know why you say $1 million bacon, and you gotta stop letting don't let these women dreams be dreams. If they want to date you, Gabe, because I don't know how this turns into a relationship podcast, but Gabe took it there. I don't know what else to do. I'm trying to keep Gabe on track. Gabe obviously didn't read the post-production notes.
Cups of the
Pre-production notes. Excuse me. Pre-production notes. But we're here. I'm not stopping recording. Don't hit that button, sir. Keep it rolling. Gabe, you can't let these women dreams be dreams. If their dream is to be with Gabriel Tyler Feld, you got to let it happen, bro.
I see. Yeah. I guess my question that I want to lead into is how would you let, someone else's relationship or how would you be able to be in a relationship if you're chasing a dream? How do you do that? Especially as a guy.
So you're saying, before I answer that,
mm-hmm.
what are you? Let's keep it strictly on Gabe. You already opened Pandora's box.
Yeah.
So yes, this is your fault. So Gabe, you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong, since you're focusing on your dreams and you're trying to make your dreams into a reality, you don't have time for a relationship.
I don't have time. I don't want to be spending money to go out on dinner when that money that I can use it on dinner can go to something else that I value because it'll make me money in the long run, right?
But what about peace? What about feeling complete? Do you think, first of all, what is the spouse that you're choosing? That's the first, right? And I don't want to say spouse, girlfriend. Let's stick to girlfriend. I know you started sweating when I said spouse. Okay. So girlfriend, all right? Let's say girlfriend, right? Is that girl helping you achieve your dreams, right? Is that girl motivating you, right? We know this for a fact. Gabe is unorganized, right? Gabe talks about this all the time, right? Because Gabe obviously didn't read the pre-production notes. So Gabe is unorganized. He don't know what's going on right now, right? So Gabe, what if she comes into your life, helps you make you more organized, helps you with your schedule, motivates you, picks you up? We're in the new world. Women are taking over. We have so many beautiful black queens. We have so many women who are just setting the standard, setting the norm. And a lot of times, they're the breadwinners now.
That's true.
What if she says, I'm going to take you out on a date? What if she says, I'm not, put all that male ego stuff to the side. You don't have to only be the one pay for dinner. What if she says, hey, you cook today. You can cook. Y'all switch roles and y'all just uplift each other and y'all make each other better. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I know relationships takes a lot of energy, right? It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. It takes patience. It takes sacrifice. But, anytime in my relationship, or let me say in my marriage, there was issues. What me and my wife would do is we would write a letter. We would write a note. And on one side of the note, I would say pros. On one side, I would say cons. And half the time when I looked at the cons, I said, there's no way I can get rid of these things in any person. Most of them are just basic things that we all do that is just some pet peeves. That it's not real issues. But then when I looked at the pros, I say, wow, this makes me better. This helps me a lot. This put me on a narrow path. I don't think I could find this quality right here in a lot of people, right? So it's not always about what's holding you back. You got to look at what moves you forward. And sometimes a relationship can do that. And sometimes you could be 1,000% right. It could just cause disturbance and knock you off from your dream. But you cannot close that box and make that assumption without trying. What do you think about that, Gabe?
I guess that's right. I can't just limit myself to saying that I don't need anyone because, eventually in life you do need people. And sometimes to have that love it's nice, We love to live and we live to love. So eventually I would love to have that in my life. And unfortunately, maybe I'm not really looking for it. But if it were to happen and if I were to find that special someone to uplift me and organize my life and to cook me a breakfast and basically to, do my Pampers in the morning, I'd be very, very happy. I think that'd make me really happy, and it would make life a little bit less stressful. My mentality would be there, so that's true. That's true. Something I had to touch on because I'm in that little thing right now. I'm chasing my dreams, but I'm always coming up with that little. I'm encountering that situation when I see a female and I have to be honest with her because I don't want to take her out to dinner because I want to concentrate on myself. I don't want to hurt people's feelings,
Okay, so that is the end of the segment, Gabe's Love Corner. Now, Gabe, back to don't let your dreams be dreams.
Okay, love guru. Let's hear it.
Now, what is 3 things you think is necessary for an individual who's trying to make their dream their reality?
3 things to make the dreams a reality.
Take your
You know
time.
what? Number 1, 100% is passion. Because for me, I find myself, if I ever lack passion to do something, I feel like later on down the line, I'm just going to be like, nah, I don't, why do I care about doing this? And I've seen that with one of the businesses I did with clothing and everything. You know, it led to somewhere else. It led to me doing photography. But when I was doing the clothing, it was just like, yo, like this shit is whack. This shit is boring. I don't love it. I'm not a fashionista.
Now, I have a question for you. Before, remember, you still got 2 more you owe me.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. But before we go to the other 2, what if you start something, Gabe, and you love it, and things happen, and you start to lose your passion? Because I remember in the beginning, you liked clothes.
Oh, yeah.
It felt like you did have a passion for it. Would I be wrong if I said COVID deterred you away from that? Would I be wrong if I said Amazon delivery speed deterred you away from that? Would I be wrong to say that life and certain business issues took away that passion from you?
You would definitely be very right. However, because I didn't have the natural love for it, all those circumstances, I could have just been like, yeah, you know what? Nah, I can still keep on pushing. I can keep on going. I can keep on doing this, which I decided to do with my photography. I didn't want to do that with the clothing because I was just like, I wasn't feeling the same way about it, you know? And I'm still right now in this idea where, I mean, I could be making more money doing something else. But because I love to do this photography, videography thing, I'm just going to keep going for it because I know that it's going to lead into something else.
You said something very interesting. You said natural passion or natural love. Not for sure.
Yeah.
What does that mean? So are you telling me that there's some things that just naturally, no matter if it pays the bills, no matter what is that, it's just, this is me. And it's something that you have passion for temporarily, or it was just something that it was an idea that excited you, that gave you this false sense of passion? What did you mean by that?
Okay. I say passion. Oh, I say natural, right? Let's take a step back and talk about this idea of infatuation, right? When you fall in love with someone, the very beginning of the phase, it's the infatuation phase, right? And that was me in my clothing. I was infatuated by the idea that I'll be making money super quickly if I did this in the right way and followed the equation, right?
Okay.
However, later on down that line, I went past that infatuation phase and I discovered that there was things that I truly didn't like about it, that the money wasn't easy. No, yeah, there was all these other circumstances, but there's always circumstances. If I didn't have that love for it, then, you know, it would be a little bit harder for me to get past it. If I did have the love, then it would be easier for me because I would just be like, yeah, whatever, let's do this. When I say natural, I mean like it touches my heart, you know? When I do it at the end of the day, it'll make me literally stay up till 2 a.m, keep on going up until where I'm just like, damn, I'm dreaming about it now. My dreams are becoming my dreams. I think that natural passion, it's like a natural passion where it makes you in love with doing what you just, when you can want to wake up and keep doing it, man.
Gabe, that's what I'm talking about. That was beautiful. You had me thinking there because I think about that with medicine. You know, I used to always say, hey, when I want to go to medical school, I'm going to go to medical school. I work so hard. But I think it was getting to the point where I started to care less about the impact I was going to have in helping people. And it became more about how much money I can make as a doctor. And then when I got into the hospital and I started working as a therapist, and I started to see the role of a doctor, and I said, it's no way I can work this hard and have this much responsibility and talk to patients on that level without some type of passion. And I had to reevaluate if I really wanted to go through with this. That I wanted to spend that much time and dedicate. So I clearly get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, and that's what I'm talking about, Gabe. Now,
Number two. Let's retouch on that question again. Come on, let's hear it. I feel like I talked so much. I don't even know what we were talking about again.
I got
I'm
you.
still sleeping, man.
So I said, give me 3 things that you have to do to turn your dreams into reality.
So
Your
the
first answer
one
was
passion.
passion. Now, what's number 2?
The second one is gonna come down to dedication. I think that's number 1 as well. How dedicated? No.
You number 1 is passion. How they both
Passion,
gonna be number
dedication. 1? Okay, never.
Dedication is
It's the
different.
same thing. It's the same thing.
You think the same thing? Break it down to me then.
Nah, it's about the same. It's always about how far you're willing to go, right?
So you're saying passion and dedication work hand in hand. If you're passionate about something, you'll be more dedicated. Okay. So give me number 2 then. What's number 2?
It's hard, man. It's hard.
Take your time, man.
Let's see.
The viewers love us, man. They're gonna be patient. They understand. We're doing everything in real time. We're not faking it. We're not cutting it. We're not editing. Gabe, I mean, come on. I can't rap.
I would say, all right, number 2 for me that really made me a better photographer is having a mentorship. That was something that really made it easy for me. You know, I kind of hopped and I dived into it when I was doing my photography. But when I did dive into it, I had people that I was looking up to. Not that I wanted to be like, but I wanted to be, and I was inspired by their art. And I wanted to be like, how do I create something that's as impactful as when I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, that's like beautiful. That's like amazing. Like, how do I become that? How do I get better at that? Right. So for me personally, I went on Instagram and I was like scrolling through, looking at people's different, pages. I just would hit people up and be like, hey, do you teach like how to edit like that? So I did find one guy, maybe he'll even come for an interview at some point. And he was a photographer himself, dad, everything. Photography came to him later on as well, right? And he was like, yeah, man, I'll teach you. He lives in Jersey. And that one mentorship led into obviously 2 more because I met other people from him. And it just also led into another friendship. And the thing about stuff like that is like the mentorship, this guy already went through the trenches and everything. He's telling you all the ways to avoid all the little traps that he already, obviously got attacked by. And and now me, and it's just like I'm picking it up a little bit quicker. He's showing me the right ways how to do it. Obviously, I'll still make my mistakes and I'll learn from them. But on top of that, I'm already like a little bit more forward with the help of someone else. And that just really goes back to the idea of connections. Connections is such a powerful thing.
So mentorship / connections is number 2. Gabe, I agree with you. A lot of things in life sometimes could be about who you know. And I think sometimes we value that over everything. And I think that's a wrong way to look at it. You said something very interesting. And you said that you dove into it first. You got bruised up. You learned. You realized what you can't do. And you realized what you could do on your own. And then from that journey, you said, hey, I have something to start with. I'm not going into this relationship empty-handed. I have something to show. But I do need help on this specific task of my journey. And I think that's very critical for people to understand because, if you got to have connections, you got to have connections, which is very true. But I think people oversay it and overanalyze that to justify the fact that they haven't really dived into it or even started the process.
I agree. And because when people talk about connections, they're like, oh, you got this random job that led into an acting career and blah, 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 blah.
No.
It's not just that. It's like you're already pursuing it. And because you were pursuing it, you found someone that was also in the same field as you that helped you in a way,
Exactly. I think the first real way to get connections and mentorship is by diving into it first. If you wanted to go to an internship, it's just like college. If I want an internship, what are you doing to make us want to even give you this internship, this opportunity to learn and grow? Well, my major is this. Well, part-time, I work here. Here's my portfolio. Oh, you want to be an actor? Then send me a reel. That reel could be in your basement. I need something to know that you started this journey. I need some type of sweat equity for me to say, I'm ready to be your mentor. I'm ready to give you these connections. Oh, I like that. This is not for me. But I have a friend who this is his type of photo style. This is his type of art. Go here. Connections and mentorship starts after you have taken step 1. Gabe, number 3.
We're doing number 3. I was trying to think about it as you're talking. I was like, oh my God, it's my turn. It's coming. Let's see. Number 3. It's quite basic, I guess, and it's just gonna sound very cliche and very repetitive, I would say. So for me, it's just practice, right? And for me, it's like when you're talking to me, and I'll text you randomly at 2 a.m. And you're like, "Yo, why the hell is this guy texting me at 2 a.m.?" It's usually because I'm up like editing, like, and it's not because
Yeah.
like it's like I'm up editing because I love it so much. But the more that I do it, like the more that I have done it. Like I'll tell you every single picture that I do, I look back at it, I'm like, damn, yo, that shit sucks. But obviously other people are gonna be like, dang, that was great. And over time, your work will get more and more and more amazing. Every picture that I post, I look back at it, I'm like, damn, yo, I did that picture? That's crazy. But then on top of that, I'm still like, damn, yo, that shit can be better.
Now, Gabe,
I won't make it better until the next time I edit, that next night, that next day, that next post.
I like that answer, but that answer doesn't work for everybody.
Oh my God.
So I'm not letting you get away with that. And let me explain why that answer doesn't work for everybody. Now, if your dream is to be an athlete, it's your dream to be an actor, your dream is to be a photographer, do photography. That's the perfect answer. You have to practice. Everybody has to work on their craft, right? But what if your dream is to open a car wash?
You gotta practice washing those cars, man.
No, come on. No, I'm not letting you get away. What is your dream is to open a restaurant, to be the owner of the restaurant, not be the cook, hold on, not be a waitress, not be a dishwasher, not all of those important jobs that a lot of restaurants run, but it's to own the restaurant, right? Do you go back to number 2 and find a mentor first and learn the ins and out of the hospital, and that will kind of be your practice? And if you say yes to that, then that combines practice with number 2 and number 2. So you still have to give me another one.
Oh man,
but
he's killing me.
Turning dreams into reality. Practice is very important for a lot of people. Whether it's, hey, can I practice? Can I practice when it comes to? Hold on, I lost it. Practice my mindset. Practicing practicing how to use financial tools, right? Those are things that we can talk about, and you can do in detail to learn better basics. Practice communication, right? No matter what business you open, you need to have some type of communication. You need to know how to work with people. Practicing my people skills. We can do all of those things, but I'm not letting you get away with it because then I gave you that was my answer. That's not your answer. So, Gabe, give me another one. Number 3. Come on.
Oh, man. Huh. It's hard to think about it because, like, for me, I'm just doing, and I tend to just do and do and do, and I do reevaluate, but like I don't actually think about every step that I'm doing. It's just like trial and error a lot of
Gabe,
times.
clap for yourself. That was the best answer Gabe said today. Just do it. How many times I gotta say it? Nike told you guys this. You love buying their sneakers, right? You love Jordan, right?
Giants is sponsored by Nike. Look at that jersey he has on.
Just do it. We're not sponsored by Nike yet. Just do it. Seriously, just do it.
Yeah, I think that's.
And it sounds crazy. It sounds like, yo, man, again, like you just keep saying the same thing over and over and over. Are you really giving me something worthwhile? Are you really giving me some content? I promise you, if you just do it, take some bruises, you will learn.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Gabe, don't let your dreams be dreams.
Just do it.
Exactly. But hey, today was a short episode. We just wanted to talk to you guys, motivate you guys, give you some content, try some new things like always. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Professional Winner Podcast. I am your host, guest, executive producer, Jonathan Conyers, a.k.a. Mr. TPW. Gabe says he don't want to be on camera. He likes to be in the background. He's too cute for all of you. That's what he said. That's not what I said. Gabe, end it out for us, man. Take us out, man.
That was smooth, man. That was smooth as butter. I'm always
this
trying
guy's
to
a trip.
Nah, it was a lot, But at the same time, you just going back to that, you just got to do it, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. Hopefully, I'll get more organized along the way. But everyone has their own little piece that they need to learn from. And for me, it's organization. Everyone, if you learn, I don't know, just fucking do it. Like he said, I'm not supposed to be on camera. I'm barely on the mic. Why am I talking? Come on,
No.
in the show. No,
This is not just the Jonathan Conyers podcast, okay? Let's get this out the way. This is Jonathan Conyers and Gabe podcast. All right, I'm not a narcissist. Gabe wants to be in the background. That's fine. If I have to sit here and be the only person on camera, that's cool. But if we have guests, Gabe has said he doesn't want to talk. We just let the guests talk. But if there's no guests, it will be me and Gabe talking. It will be us running the show. So, one day we may have guests. One day we may interview the dog. We don't know yet, but we're figuring it out. But at the end of the day, one thing we do have figured out is that we know how to win. So if you keep tuning in, you're going to learn how to win, and you're going to become a part of the professional winner family.
if you keep tuning in, I'll show my face maybe eventually.
Maybe one day.
Who knows?
Maybe one day. We should make you the thumbnail. We should do Gabe's Love Corner. That should be a clip.
Question mark with my face on. I'm a mystery character.
Yes, okay. Also, if you follow me on Instagram at I am Jon Conyers, you would have realized in my story a little while back, Gabe was for sale. If you are struggling and don't have a partner and you need to rent Gabe for the day, Gabe will propose in front of your family for you. He will tell you he loves you. He will talk sports with your dad for just a small fee. And we have a promo code going right now called Professional Winner promo code. Get 20% off. The holidays is around. Christmas is coming up. New Year's is coming up. You missed the special for Thanksgiving. Gabe was booked and busy. And if you need him to leave New York City, you have to pay for a flight.
I know how to make mac and cheese.
Oh, God. And he's always going to bring tequila. Guys, I ended the show 2 minutes ago and I'm still talking.
I don't know why.
This is the official goodbye. Love you. See you soon.
Cause I'm first place, I can never lose this race, I can never lose this chase, I can never lose, I'm great. See me on the moon in space, so high up, like it gotta be fake. No biggie, like it gotta be fake. Still roll dodge like we don't